specialised glider, ladies and gentlemen, very aerobatic, as you can see.
And the pilot is Guy Westgate, and I'll let you into a little secret. Today is Guy's 40th birthday, and I don't think he's going to get a cake at the end of the day, but they will let him clean his own aeroplane. How's that?
You find that use of motor gliding clubs in the UK, there's something of an ugly duckling, but proves a bit of better, I think, the work of this aeroplane.
Smoke on, and the pony towing the glider with the twister, just keeping out of the formation. What's Guy looking to do now?
Basically, I'll continue with this 360-degree circle, just a nice opportunity to view the very different plan forms of each of these three aeroplanes. And now I'll head out and do a teardrop to come back in along the cloud line. As you can see, Guy's already fired two of the 100 feet AGL at this point. And there we go, Guy rolls inverted, on tow, still attached to the tow rope, ladies and gentlemen, holding position behind the tow plane, inverted. And then we have Peter Wells in the twister, elegantly barrel rolling around him. Look at that. Takes an enormous amount of skill and judgment on Peter's part, a huge amount of timing to be in the right place at the right time, to correctly center the barrel rolls around the formation.
And that certainly isn't easy. And by the way, I believe you're...
As you can see the formation coming onto the display line now, we're going to watch Guy roll the glider on the tow rope. Very, very difficult manoeuvre this, ladies and gentlemen. Quite a different rolling technique to a normal ballistic roll. The focus of Guy's world is keeping the tow plane centred in his view while keeping the rope tight, obviously. If you have any slacks or bows in the rope, that can ruin your dinner plans when the rope goes tight. So very important to keep that rope nice and taut.
Is he doing this as a solo? Again, a very aerobatic little aeroplane. Can you tell us something about the type of aircraft?
Yes, indeed. It's a Silence SA-180 Twister. It's a kit aeroplane, originated from Germany. Peter actually built it with his own bare hands. He's a very, very talented engineer, currently the UK agent for this aeroplane. And as you can see, it's just a beautiful plan view, somewhat reminiscent of the Spitfire, I'm sure you'll agree.
Indeed, I was wondering where that obviously influenced the being a superb aeroplane.
Absolutely. We have obviously asked the Germans for the answer, but they hotly denied that the Spitfire was indeed the inspiration behind the shape. But you just got to love those curves, haven't you?
Indeed, and a very spirited performance here by Peter. A very quiet aeroplane. What sort of engine has it got in it?
It's got a 4-cylinder Jabiru. It's only 80 horsepower, believe it or not.
That's quite remarkable, especially with your lightweight as that. Very controllable aeroplane, very responsive. Clearly he's enjoying himself. And the glider and tug are climbing for height.
So, as well as aerobating the aeroplane precisely, he's also got to make sure he keeps all the fuel and oil exactly in the right place.
Reading them from my notes, I note that Peter has been flying the Twister for, they said, a long time since his 16th birthday, but he struck me as a very young man anyway. However, he's managed to amass 4,000 flying hours in aeroplanes of this type. He has more gliding hours, in fact, than does Guy. In fact, he's done 1,000 hours in this aeroplane alone, which is quite remarkable.
Yeah, isn't it just? Peter really has aviation in his blood, and as well as building the aeroplane, he tries to do at least 1 hour in it every single morning to practice, and you can certainly see the results of that practice in what I think is a very polished display.
Watching his fuel gauge at the same time.
Only 80 litres of fuel, as you point out. That's actually got enough range to get him from here to Prague on one tank of gas. It's a very, very economical, slippery little aeroplane, that one. Quite remarkable.
That is remarkable. I don't think my car would reach Prague on that much fuel, but there you go. It even has an insurance rating here as well. I don't quite know how that works, but there you go.